Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and today we are talking about fertility stuff. I have no idea when I'm going to release this because I don't... Bailey, can you please not do that right now? Sorry, dog things. I have no idea when I'm going to release this because I don't super know what's happening right now, but basically I think I could be pregnant, which is obviously super exciting. Yeah, I could be pregnant, but I don't know. I don't know. So where I'm at is that it is day 30 of my cycle right now. So I normally have a 29-day cycle, so I would expect to get my period today. However, I haven't had the normal pain that I would expect to signal that I'm going to get my period. Which can happen hours before, or it can happen 10 minutes before I actually start my period. So I haven't had that yet. This month I have started tracking my basal body temperature. So I got a really accurate thermometer to do that, and I've been waking up and doing that every morning pretty religiously for a month. And my temperature has dropped a little bit today, which normally it would drop the day of, basically, or the day before you're going to get your period. It's dropped a bit, but it's still within the range that I've had since I ovulated, so it hasn't really dropped, but it could be on its way down, so it could drop again tonight further, and then I'd be like, okay, that's probably signaling that my period is coming. But what they say is one of the first signs of potential pregnancy or implantation is that you get some bleeding, but it's either pinkish or brownish and very light. I had that this morning. So I got up and and I wiped and I checked, because when you're expecting your period, you're like, is it there, is it not, is it starting? And it was a little bit pinkish, just a very, very small amount. And so I was like, fingers crossed, because that could be a good sign, or it could be a sign that my period's coming, but you just don't know. And then a couple of hours later, I went again and I looked, and it was a little bit of that reddish brown, but again, just a very, very small amount. And that was, I keep trying to say I'm patient. I'm so not patient. And that was a couple of hours ago, and I haven't had anything else since. And the thing is, this month, I haven't taken a pregnancy test. I haven't, because I just want to live in delusion for longer. No, I mean, you people who have been trying to get pregnant for a while, you know exactly what I mean. You have this period between when it's you look like you should have ovulated, and it looks like you and your partner should have nailed it on timing, or if you are in a same-sex relationship possibly, and you were needing to do sort of manual insemination, you did that at the right time, and so you're like, okay, and now you're in that waiting period. And the longer you go before getting a negative test, which is what you feel like you're going to get after that's all you have literally ever gotten, the longer you can live in that and wonder if maybe it's this month, the more kind of hope you get to feel. So I haven't tested. I was kind of just waiting to see if I got my period or not, to see whether, and if I get my period, then I'm like, okay, there you go. Although it can still be worthwhile testing to see, because it could always be ectopic, and I think that 1 in 80 is ectopic, so it can still be worthwhile testing, particularly if you have kind of a strange period for whatever reason. So just kind of shaky a little bit. I'm just waiting, and I don't know. And I also kind of don't want to test because my husband is away at the moment for 2 weeks. And that's an exciting thing that we can tell people about soon, hopefully. But yeah, part of me is I want to delay finding out as long as possible, because if I was pregnant, I would want to keep that a secret and tell him when he gets back. This is just between you and us, all right? No, by the time I released this, I would have told him if it were true. But yeah, I'm I would want to keep that secret. God, now I'm just getting so excited. You can see I'm just like so excited at the thought of that being a possibility. And I just don't know, because I don't know if this is implantation, which would be the first time ever that I've known about. You know, it's possible that obviously something could have happened previously, but it was so early and then it failed. So, you know, I wouldn't have known about it. I did have one of those periods. I actually didn't mention that in my video, but I did have one of those periods where it was like a week later than it should have been, and it was a bit heavier. And I had that moment of thinking, I feel like this was like some kind of failed implantation that occurred. So very early spontaneous abortion. I did have that. So who knows, it could be this as well. And your mind just plays tricks on you constantly. Like, this is me actively trying to focus on so much else that I have going on in my life right now. Other things, so much else going on in my life. And I still can't stop thinking about this. It starts to drive you nuts, honestly. Because you can keep your brain active on so many other things and trying to put this to rest, but your brain just goes back there. Like, it knows what it wants, right? Like, your subconscious knows what you want and what you're thinking about and what's important to you. It just does. So, the dreams that I've been having, like last night, silliest thing ever. I feel like I have the silliest dreams, honestly. So I had a dream that I had a friend who was an ultrasound technician. Wait, was it a friend who was an ultrasound technician? Or like I had to have an ultrasound to check for something else, you know? And so they're like looking and then they're like, oh my gosh, there's a baby there and it's already like 12 weeks, you know, so oh my gosh, now you can tell people and you're past like the point when you're most likely to have like a spontaneous abortion, a miscarriage occur. And I was like, oh my goodness, you know. So like just the really ridiculous dreams about magically finding out that actually I have been pregnant for the last few months and I didn't know about it, and now like we're already this far along and so it's like happening. And I just have a very hopeful brain. I always get told at work that I'm like, I just have so much enthusiasm and so much drive, and that like, obviously I haven't had the world kind of beat that out of me yet. And honestly, I don't know if it ever will. I've been through a lot in my short life. And I still have this hope and desire and enthusiasm that I just can't seem to get rid of. Not that I would want to, but it can be exhausting sometimes to just be full of so much hope and enthusiasm all the time. Ugh. It would be kind of nice to just kind of give up on stuff for a bit and be like, oh, whatever, I'll just go do this then and kind of move on from it. But I can't be dishonest with myself about what it is that I want and what it is that I hope for. So, let's see. Maybe this is just what it is, or maybe, yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave this here, and then I will try come back to you in the next day or so, either with having gotten my period and let you know that it was just that, or maybe with good news. I don't know, and I don't know how early I can tell you guys. Part of me just kind of wants to be like, I haven't sworn on YouTube yet, but here we go. Part of me just wants to be like, fuck it. I just want to tell you guys if I'm like 4 or 5 weeks along or something, because fuck, the number of women who would go through that period of like 4 to 12 weeks, like basically on their own, like maybe with a partner to tell, but maybe even not with any family or friends that they can tell about it. And I mean, I haven't been in that time yet, but I've had comments from some of you guys, and I know that people have had like early miscarriages that have occurred, and like I can't even imagine how difficult that would be. I feel terrified just thinking about that, and I know that it is pretty common, so it's something that a lot of us are going to have to deal with at some point. But I kind of just want to tell you guys early to just then be able to kind of put videos out, being there with you guys as we hopefully it is that, hopefully I have that option to tell you guys, because hopefully there's something to tell you. But just going through that early period, particularly when it's taken you a long time to get pregnant, just being so terrified at it not happening, at you not getting a baby at the end of that. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to Josh about it if this is true when he gets back. But yeah, for all of those women who are just either struggling with not knowing if something is your period coming or early pregnancy, or if you have got a positive pregnancy test and you're too scared to tell people because of this whole social thing where you're not meant to tell anyone until 12 weeks, which, oh, I hate that. I don't know, just any of this stuff about society telling us when we should or shouldn't be talking to people about things. I just hate it. Anyway, we have the gardener outside and he's mowing, so I'm going to go so you don't have to listen to that anymore, but hopefully there's a little follow-up to this very soon. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, hi everyone. I feel like I need that that SpongeBob transition where it's like 5 minutes later. It's not 5 minutes later, it is like 3 hours later. And this is me being patient. To be fair, like I said, it is the actual day that my period is due, so whatever. I'm not going to beat myself up for that. Oh, I've been trying to work for the last few hours. It's been really hard, and I just keep thinking about things, and so I got up, I grabbed a pregnancy test, I went to the bathroom, I looked, there was no more sign of any bleeding, so I was like, okay, this is still like, I don't want to say 50-50, but it's still like 50-50. This could still be either my period is coming or I could be pregnant. And so I opened the pregnancy test, peed on the stick, and then when I wiped, there was a bit more like brownish blood, but it's not like reddish blood. That could still be my period starting, but I just don't know. I don't know. And the test is right there, and this one only takes 2 minutes, and it's been like 3 or 4 minutes, so I can read it now. So I'm going to read it with you guys here. I'm so scared to look. Okay, we're going to do this together. I can't look, I can't look, I can't look. That's negative. I'm kind of rolling my eyes at myself because I'm like, why do I keep doing this? But that's the whole point. Yeah. Again, with the staring at it, looking. I totally like see like a phantom line. Like, but I know that my brain's just making it up. I'm sure that my brain's just making it up. I want to throw it sometimes. I gotta stop staring at it. Yeah, anyway, so whatever. I'm sure I'll get my period later today. Now because of that, but whatever. Hope you guys are doing okay. And I'll talk to you again soon. And I'll see you next month.